Humans are social beings, and in fact, evolution can only take place in the shadow of communication and relationships. As humans, we seek to fuel our social needs through forming relationships with others and having constant interactions. Every moment of our lives consists of making choices. The relationships we decide to form are among the most important of those. These choices have life-lasting effects that can completely change the fate of our lives for better or worse. The word relationship represents a wide range of meanings. For instance, the relationships we have with our family members or colleagues are completely different from those we have with friends. However, one type of relationship that might deserve to be labeled as the most important in life are those of a romantic nature. Perhaps because you can form all types of relationships, whether it's friendship or family, within them. A topic in today's society with regards to romantic relationships is whether living together before marriage is a good idea. Since this is a decision many couples have come to face, we decided to survey 1,064 people if they were for or against living with their partner before marriage. Our participants covered many interesting aspects of this issue, including one's commitment, ethical principles, religion or belief system, and financial and legal matters. Keep on listening to hear some really interesting thoughts people had on this issue, and maybe it'll come to use one day. In total, about half of the participants were for living before marriage. Most of these people went with the idea of the saying, "Try it before you buy it." Others even said, "Why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free?" They believed that living together before marriage gets you to know someone on a deeper level and to learn more about their routines and habits. You will grow together as different situations bring out different sides of each person. Someone mentioned there being more opportunities to see if you and your partner are willing to compromise some things and work together through conflict when you live together. They went on to say these opportunities give you the chance to interact with each other in various ways in different circumstances that wouldn't present themselves if you weren't living under the same roof. By living together before marriage, you'll be able to see one another's red flags, and if the relationship doesn't work out, you'll be able to move on without having to deal with a divorce. It was interesting to hear that some people were for living before marriage, but with their own set of strict conditions. The most commonly said things were to know the other person very well to check for compatibility first. Others said setting a time limit, not having physical intimacy or sex, planning a wedding with a set date, being engaged, keeping finances separate, and having clear intentions. Several participants believed that couples could be committed and live happily together for years without marriage. To them, marriage is just a piece of paper, a legal technicality that does not change the way they feel about their partner. In their opinion, marriage is a transactional agreement with certain business purposes focused on streamlining inheritance. In other words, marriage isn't a necessary step to take for love and commitment to grow. On the other hand, a major number of participants were against living before marriage. They believed that loving and living are not the same. According to them, cohabitating untrained and without purpose only breeds resentment and unnecessary trauma. Someone said that marriage is supposed to be beautiful, but just like anything that bears fruit, it takes water, sunshine, and work to get there. It doesn't just happen overnight. Other people also had various reasons for being against living before marriage, so listen up to hear their sides on this story. Statistically, there's a significantly higher rate of divorce between people who live together before marriage. Couples are less likely to commit to staying together in the future. Sex clouds your judgment and blocks the ability to see red flags. When you are physically intimate, you aren't fully focused on getting to know someone emotionally, mentally, and spiritually in every deep, intricate detail of who they really are. There's a huge difference in having sex within a marriage than outside of it. As a logistic and legal issue, it's better to wait till marriage. The logistics of dividing property, legal status concerning insurance, inheritance, and child custody outside of marriage can get very complicated. Some people brought in religion as a reason to live after marriage. As the Bible says, marriage is honorable, and those that marry turn to God and show devotion. The last point made was that there will be no motivation to grow together and as a person through problems. Living before marriage doesn't ensure a great match and keeping communication open. To a number of people, it's an individual decision. People said, go with your gut. It depends on your own belief system, your values, age and background, your upbringing, education, and social and economic interests. There are spiritual, emotional, logistical, and financial factors to consider before making your choice. This decision depends on your expectations and goals, and totally on what works for you and your partner and no one else. Some advice given to couples regarding this decision was to find your true self and know your values and belief system. Act upon the way you choose to perceive. Answer the question of who am I, why am I here, and where am I going before you ask someone to be a part of your life. Live by yourself first and be independent to see if you're able to support yourself. Get some marriage counseling and be friends first. Participating in premarital counseling provides a healthy foundation. Learn more about parenting, sexual behavior, boundaries, and money management. You can also learn how to love unconditionally. Commitment to values as a human being is important. Take the time to make this decision to know if you are sure if you want to spend the rest of your life with that person and be 100% committed. Improve your communication skills. Talk and be honest about your expectations, responsibilities, wants, and dislikes. Learn how to evolve individually while still being committed as a team. And finally, travel before you decide to get married or live with someone before. Researchers have been studying cohabitation and its impact on marriage for years. Besides studying this survey, we checked some alternative articles to see what researchers have found on this topic. As you may have noticed, living together before marriage has become very common. This rise is due to reasons like secularization of culture, looser adherence to religion, economic benefit, and most importantly, to test compatibility in the long run and to prevent divorce. During a period of cohabitation, a partial commitment becomes ingrained in the relationship, which can make the transition into marriage easier. And although this may seem like the perfect solution to enter a stress-free marriage, research shows that moving in together doesn't necessarily offer any advantages. The research is showing that even when controlling for selection factors, married couples who had lived together before getting married or engaged had more negative interactions, lower interpersonal commitment, lower relationship quality, and lower relationship confidence. Researchers theorize that partners are less motivated to actually dig in and learn the conflict resolution skills that make for a healthy marriage. Living with someone may have benefits, but approximating marriage is not necessarily one of them. Every decision, from having sex to moving in together, getting married, or parenting, will help you in each level of your relationship. Having mutual discussions about plans, purpose, and expectations is the key to a healthy, happy relationship. At last, not all stories have the same beginning or end. It's all about your story and your decisions. But it's best to take the time to educate yourself and be aware of the consequences of your choices, as every little thing can impact you and your partner's happiness in the future. Thanks for watching, guys. Give us a thumbs up and subscribe to keep up with our exciting upcoming content.